Hello, today we want to speak about classification methods of different dog breeds. Please accompany me. As you know, pet animals contains most dogs and cats, and little exotic animals such as rabbits, birds, hamsters, iguana, and so on. So first, before I speak about the disease of dogs and cats, we must know the breeds of cats and dogs and their classification. So about classification methods of different dog breeds um, are as this. Dogs are classified into various purposes and forms. Three common forms of which are classification according to the shape of the skull, and classification according to user type, and classification according to animal size and weight. The two first classification most used by veterinarians in scientific plants, and the third classification or the last classification most used by owners. Classification according to the shape of the skull of dogs. The cephalic index or head is the comparison of ratio of width of the skull to the length of this part. Uh, as these dikes classified into following three groups as brachiocephalic, mesocephalic, and dolichocephalic. Please support us by put comment, like, and subscribe our channel in YouTube for more help and continue our purpose. Thank you. About brachiocephalic or flat skull or discs, we must say that cephalic is means head. So brachial means a flat skull or with a short and a smooth skull. Discs, as the following picture, have a short series and the length of the skull is less than its width or its width, which is due to the round appearance of the upper part and the size of the skull to this group of the dog breed, so that it is said to have an apple-shaped head. Um, they have a wide or oval skull. About mesocephalic, it means that the ratio of the length to the width of the skull is equal, or this ratio is balanced, as the following picture. A square skull means that it has four equal corners. About dolichocephalic or elongated skull, unlike brachiocephalic, the ratio of skull length is greater than its width, as following cylindrical skull. It should be noted that because of the shape of the skull, brachiocephalic dogs are more prone to some disease, especially respiratory and oral disease such as soft palate, snoring, wheezing, nose and chest. This figure briefly shows the variety of dog species according to the shape and dimensions of the skull. This method was also used in the early 20th century, example in 1960 decade by Charlton Squint to divide human women and men. About the main dogs in the brachiocephalic groups, I introduce their faces and will be explained about these breeds later. They are contained Affenpinscher, American Cocker Spaniel, American Bulldog, American Pit Bull Terrier, American Staffordshire Terrier, Boston Terrier, and Brussels Griffon, Bulldog, Boxer, Chihuahua, or apple-headed, as before I showed you, Lhasa Apso, and Pekingese. About the most important dogs in the mesocephalic groups, we can name as Astorian Shepherd, Astorian Cattle Dog, Basenji, Beagle, Chow Chow, Dalmatian in Persian or Dalmatian in English, Irish Setter, Yorkshire Terrier, Golden Retriever, Labrador Retriever, Siberian Husky or Eskimo Husky, Rottweiler, Japanese Spitz or Spitz in Persian, and Maltese. About the main dogs placed in Dolichocephalic group, we can name as Iredell Terrier, Afghan Hound, Basset Hound, Dachshund, that is a cocktail, like so. It named cocktail dog, Bull Terrier, Borzoi or Borzoi, Great or in Persian Great that this breed is the biggest dog um, between all dogs. Doberman Pinscher, Poodle, Saluki, and Wire Fox Terrier. About the second classification dogs, uh, according their use for humans, it is interesting to know that more than 150 dog breeds have been registered scattered all over the world, and it is not possible to collect and display all of them in one place or in one exhibition. So, classification according to the use of dogs are contains as guard or work dogs, hunting dogs, domestic dogs, doll dogs, greyhounds, and terriers. Guard or work dogs this group have some breeds that we name the most famous breeds, such as German Shepherd, Great Dane, Boxer, Doberman, Saint Bernard, Rottweiler, or Rottweiler, Mastiff Bull, Collie, Samoyed, Schnauzer, and Welsh Corgi. About hounds such as Dachshund, Basset-hound, Basenji, Brag, Pointer, Bloodhound, Setter, Retriever, Spaniel, Beagle, and Elkhorn. In domestic dogs are Poodle, Spitz, Bulldog, French Bulldog, Chow Chow, Dalmatian, Pinscher, Miniature Pinscher, and Pug. In all dogs, Chihuahua, Pomeranian, Pekingese, Shih Tzu, Maltese, Puffin, and Lhasa Apso are. In greyhounds, we can name Saluki, Afghan Hound, Greyhound, Whippet, and Borzoi. In terrier dogs, Boston Terrier, Bull Terrier, Haven Terrier, Fox Terrier, Musumi, Skye Terrier, and Yorkshire Terrier are. That the last, it means the Yorkshire Terrier is most famous terrier for owners. About Iranian or Persian dog breeds, they are Sangsari dogs, Sarabi dogs, Yadırjan dogs, Kurdish dogs, Saluki dogs, or uh, Sagitazi, Mazandarani dogs, and Alabai or Turkmen dog, Afshari dog, like Iranian Mastiff, Persian Terrier with um, small feet, and Caucasian or Kafkazi or Shahsaban. The use of DAX for humans in a more complete way, the most valuable human uses of DAX can be divided into several parts, which are classified according to their training, such as police DAG, rescue DAG, drug detection DAGs, guide DAGs for the blind, guard DAG, mountain guide DAG, search DAG, hunting DAG, and army DAG. In police, a dog in this breed is one of the most widely used and valuable discipline in dog training. The police dog is trained in how to search, defend, chase, detect, and the ability to understand and assist in tactical operations, hostage taking. This training starts from the puppy age after 8 weeks and serves humans for the rest of his life in the police service, such as the American German Shepherd or French Chien Lu, known as a four-eyed dog, very intelligent and trainable and prone to hip dysplasia infection. So, in administration should be checked and removed in the case of hip dysplasia, and it is prone to ranula disease, that is one optic infection that we will explain them completely later. About a live search dog, it is used to discover dead bodies and people after earthquakes and floods and natural disasters. This training lasts for 2 years, and the price of each live search dog is about $200. That Saint Bernard is the most famous breed in this group. That it's Ears and tails should be operated by the 10 days to beauty, and because of its long and hanging ears, it is susceptible to otitis in their ears, and it is considered the largest known dog, but now like has Great Dane, because the Great Dane is the biggest breed in the world. About drug detection dogs, um, this species is used to detect narcotics in the service of the police and anti-narcotics organizations among the roads, airports, and ships. The training of this species is to find the place where the narcotics are hidden by touching the against and Azores, Azorites. Like Shenlong, who, due to his strong eyesight, even recognizes plastic means and drugs from 5 kilometers away. About guide dog for the blind, one of the most valuable dogs that guides blind people to identify shops and houses with all the rules of life in the streets, such as bulldogs or terriers. That bulldog is the right picture and terrier is the left picture following, that are used to as a decorative dogs in Iran, which are very useful for the elderly due to their high intelligence and in abroad. The bulldog is a babysitter, opposite of his angry face, and a companion for diabetes. Most bulldogs and terriers are brachycephalic and are prone to snoring, wheezing, skin fold dermatitis, and entropyon in their eyes, and the tail of ears of bulldogs like pugs and boxers are better to be operated for beauty. Also, bulldog is a friend of children and family members, as I said before. About guard dogs, one of the most popular users of dogs and the most attractive training for the general public is the training of guard dogs, which are trained to guard houses and gardens, guards of people or guards of the personal belongings. About mountain trekking dogs, of these species are trained to identify mass mountains and help mountaineers to find the correct path. This type is able to move a very long distance without stopping, and it is possible for them to identify around areas and through the smell of the soil in that area, like tradition Bernard or Saint Bernard. About search dog, search is generally used for everything. For example, in prisons, after prisoner escapes by smelling the prisoner's belongings or his bed, he starts searching in deserts or very large areas, like Shinlo for Xianlu, which is also widely used in the Red Crescent. About hunting dog, together with the hunter, they go after the game in complete silence after the gun is fired and bring it to their owner. These dogs are commanded by electronic control collars from distances of 1 to 2 miles. The research method is by identifying the blood of a wounded hunter. These dogs are able to frighten the prey before it is hunted and change its direction towards the hunter. Like the pointer in the right picture or spotted Dalmatian in the left picture, which is prone to external otitis in their um, ears and getting a foreign object stuck in the nose due to looking for prey in the fields. Hunting is like an arrow. It is known by this name. Dalmatian is sensitive to kidney stones too. About army dive. In order to detect landmines and bomb detectors, different army base land searchers identify strangers or non-military guards and highly trained examples. They are able to perform military tactical operations alongside the force and to efforts to advance in the front line of the war aligned with the infantry. Oh, now classification according to animal size and weight. Small birds less than 10 kilogram, medium-sized dogs between 10 to 20 kilogram, big dogs between 20 to 40 kilogram, and very large dogs which more than 40 kilogram. Introduction of small breeds less than 10 kilogram. Uh, First is Chihuahua, that as you've seen is the uh, is in the left picture of above, and it's the smallest breed between dogs. Uh, Against the gradient in the right side of the picture above, and that it is the biggest breed. And miniature pincher, Yorkshire Terrier, that I said before you, it is the famous terrier between owners, Maltese, Pekingese, small poodles, Pomeranians, Spitz, Lhasa Apso, Shih Tzu, Italian Greyhound, Boston Terrier, Basenji, Dachshund. About medium-sized dogs between 10 to 20 kilograms, like a Saluki, Beagle, Border Collie, Welsh Corgi, Sharpei or Sharpei, English Cocker Spaniel. About large dogs between 20 to 40 kilograms, like Siberian Husky or Eskimo dog, Afghan Hound, German Shepherd or Chien-Laurent French, Bulldog, or known as Churchill's dog, Doberman, Dalmatian, we pronounce Dalmatian in Persian, and about very large dogs, more than 40 kilogram, like as Saint Bernard, that mountain god dogs, as I said you before, Nepali or Nepalian Mastiff, Great Dane, we pronounce Great Dane in Persian. Rot or Rottweiler, we pronounce Rottweiler in Persian. This is references of my speech. Next topic or session will be about introduction of breeds. Please support us in my channel in YouTube and subscribe and comment and like us um, to more accompany us. Thank you. Until then, God bless you.